back with another conversation with you. First of all, let me just say thank you for checking out my channel. Secondly, make sure you're subscribing because you want to know when I put these videos out, right? All right, you've seen the title, so of course we know what we're talking about here. Social connection detox. That's what I feel like a lot of people are going through right now. Now, let me just give you a disclaimer for me. I work with a population of people who do not have the choice, the freedom to get up and go at any time. They don't have that freedom. I also have two parents who are right now without the freedom of the get up and go. My father has been immobile for about 10 or a little over 10 years now. And my mother has lost the ability to have the freedom to choose her own schedule and timing and any of those things as well, not too long ago. So for me, realizing that the norm of the world is not always an option was something that I transitioned to years ago. Understanding that people have to have a new normal or a different normal than what society believes is the regular way. Okay? So this adjustment for me has been, I think, a little bit easier than it has for lots of people. And initially, I was just kind of like, I'm not going to lie to you. I was just kind of like, we got to stay in the house. Like, just stay in the house. It's cool. And I know there are a lot of other people who also feel that way. There are a lot of other people who also feel like, well, we just got to stay in the house. Stay in the house. It's fine, whatever. But for another group of people, and for even some of those people, I realized that there's such a thing as social connection detox, because being able to go outside and do and move as you would like to seemed like it was just one of those things that everybody do. Now realizing that you need it more than you thought you did, people are starting to lose it. Like, they really are. Guys, if you don't believe me, just take my word for it. There is an anxiety that comes along with this that a lot of people did not even know would come up. And I think that is a detox right now. I think that you guys are detoxing from connection, because I had a friend of mine call me the other day feeling low and not really being able to address why they were feeling low, and being like, I'm not an extrovert. I don't want to go out and be parties and clubs and concerts and all these things. I just want, I'm not that kind of person. But they're also not an introvert. They do not just sit in the house. They are not a homebody. I'm a homebody. I don't go nowhere. I don't. But they are definitely not homebodies. They still be out in these streets. And so I was like, okay, well, maybe it's just the connection of being able to like interact with people. I think that a lot of us have taken for granted even the ability to like be at a store, and then you see a coworker, an old friend, somebody you used to, hang with back in the day, a group that you belong to or whatever, and just being like, hey girl, what you doing? Where you about to go? Oh, me and the kids is cool. We chilling. We do, like, all of that is connection. That's social connection that we have been missing, And so I think that's where the detox is coming from. And I think a lot of people are missing that connection, not the actual, but yes, there's a group of people who are like, I want to go to the clubs, I want to go to the bars, I want to go to concerts, I want to hit them all, and like all of those things. I understand that. I also understand that for the people who like to get out and shop and not being able to like touch items, not being able to feel textures, not being able to, smell the material, all those kind of things. This is hard for you too, and I get that, because it's not a lot of places that are offering delivery right now, and even some of those places, even if you order, it's still like, because of all of this, it may take you weeks to get your things. And so I feel for you guys as well. I've just understand that you know, I made a video not too long ago about things that you can do, or things to do while we are on our coronation that was going on right now. And I saw that there were some people who were offended by the fact that people are saying on social media that if you're not learning something, if you're not growing in some way, that you're doing it wrong. And I understand that people are offended by that. The people who are offended by that, you also need to understand that the people who are making those suggestions, they are going through their own feelings too. And their feelings are that I have to be productive. And if I need to be productive, I want to suggest that everybody else should be productive. The same way that you feel like this is stressful and I need time to, everybody just need to just chill and relax. All of the people are home. All of the types of people are home. So my thing was for people who felt like they were bored. I felt like, let me give you some options on some things that you could do while we are here. I also do feel like it is not the best plan for most people, especially people who have anxiety, to just be waiting for the outside to open, because there are changes that will be made in that. And I think that if people are preparing for some of the changes being made, when they are made, we'll be able to have maybe a better adjustment at that time as well. This again is from somebody who has had to work with people who need to understand a new norm for their coming and going, for their interactions with the world, and for their own self-awareness. And so I am trying to come from a place of love and kindness and understanding, because I'm a person who needs to assist and encourage at all times. And so I'm trying to assist and encourage the detoxers right now in saying that what you feel right now is valid. It is real. I acknowledge your feelings. You are not going crazy, but you are experiencing an uncomfortableness and an uneasiness that is not familiar to you, and you should be able to ride that wave. Might I suggest that you yell it out, that you journal about it, I am not a person who is a journaler, so anything that happens with me, I turn on the cute little iPad, I hit the voice recorder, and then I just start talking about my feelings. Do not bottle it up, especially if you are alone. You could talk out loud in your space and nobody knows what you're talking about, and nobody is really even bothered by that, because we can't hear you because nobody's around you. Hoping that you have that space to speak to your own feelings. If not, then maybe journaling may be better for you, just, to get your feelings out. Also, there may be other things that may help you to get your feelings and your emotions to be able to release them from your body, because holding them in will not be healthy for you in the long run. I can't tell you how long we're going to be in this state of the world. I also can't tell you how long it's going to take you to get comfortable with how things are going. I can tell you this, it may not get comfortable for you at all, and this may be a very stressful time for you the entire time. And for you, that is okay. If that is the state you are in, that is okay. If you are trying to figure out how to transition yourself into what's going on here, even in that, it will be frustrating, it will be complicated, there are a lot of unknowns, and trial and error will be a thing. I think that we are the good thing is that this is happening during a social media time with the internet and all of that, where you can use apps such as Zoom to be able to connect with a number of people. You can get on a live and send messages to your people. If you're on Instagram, you can, go live there and people can call in and you can talk to people and see them face to face, not just typing words. There are ways to try to connect with the world. We don't have to just send text. We can actually see people's faces. We can do things in real time. The other day, I went for a walk, and when I went for a walk, one of my best friends doesn't live in the city. We spoke on the phone. We went for a walk at the same time, and we used our phone as the connection for each other. Also, if you have more than one electronic, you can, do a video. You can do a exercise. A lot of people are doing these lives, and then you can do exercises and connect. Maybe you can use your phone to WhatsApp, FaceTime, Facebook Messenger, all kinds of things where you can video in real time with people that you know, and that may assist you with this time. I don't want to give a lot of suggestions on things to do, just ways that you can, these are just ways that you can try to connect with people. I'm not talking about you don't have to exercise. That's just what me and my friend did. Just to keep in contact, I need to see your face. And again, for me, it is a lot more normal because my friends do live in other cities, and so I have to do these things more often than, some of the other people. I'm saying a lot now, so I'm going to end this video. But again, I just want to say this was just to validate your feelings. I validate your feelings. I acknowledge your stress. I acknowledge your anxiety. I acknowledge your uneasiness. I acknowledge your pain. And I even acknowledge your fatigue, because even this has been making a lot of people super tired, and that makes you unproductive. And if that's how you feel, love, that is how you feel. Because I am concerned about a whole nother thing, I have been watching a lot of My 600-Pound Life. And one of the episodes, there was a woman who needed a lot of assistance from her cousin, and she was in a lot of pain, and she started to cry. She started to apologize. The woman started to apologize for crying, and her cousin who was assisting her said, "Tears are okay." So I'm saying to you, your feelings, your non-feelings, your tears, and your happiness are all okay. And I believe in the end of this, you will find yourself to a place where you feel okay. That's all I have to say, guys. That's just me. And I'm just saying.